In today's simulation, we have teamed up all of Michael Jordan's greatest rivals. We put them on one team to see if they can take down those 96 Bulls. We have Isaiah Thomas, Gary Payton, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, Reggie Miller, Karl Malone, Magic Johnson. We want to see if these guys, if they teamed up together, can they take down that notorious Michael Jordan and his 1996 Bulls. I have it on 1 minute quarters, 20-minute shot clock, and we're going to see if Michael Jordan's greatest rivals can take him down. Gary Payton there gets the stop on Michael Jordan on the first possession of the game. Up to Larry Bird, throws it into Gary Payton. He gets in the lane and floats it right in over Dennis Rodman. Quick 2-0 lead. Dennis Rodman has to take a terrible three. Larry Bird with the rebound. Throws it up the court to Isaiah Thomas. He hits Ron Harper with a spin move, gets into that paint, throws that ball out to Gary Payton. Gary Payton being defended by Michael Jordan. They run a quick pick and roll with Charles Barkley, Gary Payton all the way to the cup, and Michael Jordan gets the backwards contest. We in the first quarter, 2-0, Utah Jazz with the lead over the Chicago Bulls. Ewing in the post, going against Luke Longley, hits him with a hook shot, and he gets it to fall. Michael Jordan's rivals take a 4-0 lead over the 96 Bulls. Michael Jordan pulls up for the mid-range, Reggie Miller gets the side contest, and the rivals are bringing that ball up the court. John Stockton running a pick and roll with dynamic duo Karl Malone. Tries to get into the paint, tries to drop the ball off, and ends up turning the ball over. Scottie Pippen bringing that ball up the court. He famously dunked on Patrick Ewing, but Patrick Ewing gets the block there, not allowing any of that to go down. So Michael Jordan's rivals jump out to a quick 4-0 lead at the beginning of this first game. I changed the camera to the 2K angle. Let me know which one you like best, if you like broadcast or 2K angle for these simulations. Charles Barkley on the roll. Isaiah Thomas had him on the roll, didn't throw it out, got locked up. And Charles Barkley throws up a contested shot and knocks it down. 6-0 for Michael Jordan's rivals. End up getting into the pick and roll. Scottie Pippen gets into that lane, throws up a horrible shot. Charles Barkley gets the rebound. Brings that ball up the court, throws it up to Gary Payton. Gary Payton for the three and knocks it down. Michael Jordan's rivals right now are 9-0 in game one of this NBA Finals. I'd really like to see that ball get to Michael Jordan. He backs him down, hits him with a drop step, draws the foul, and can't get the shot to go. Michael Jordan knocks down the first free throw for Chicago's first points of the game. Gets it and knocks down or misses the second free throw. 1-9. Scottie Pippen runs a pick and roll with Dennis Rodman, hits Rodman on the roll, and Rodman goes in for the easy dunk. Throws it down in the post to Karl Malone, hits him with a spin move, another spin move, all the way to the cup. Karl Malone cooking up Dennis Rodman, and this one is pretty much going to be over. Michael Jordan went 0 for 4, so it seems like if those rivals team up against him, he really can't do anything. To game number 2, Michael Jordan brings that ball up with a vengeance. He throws that ball into Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman gets the Chicago Bulls on the floor for a quick 2-0 lead. Gary Payton holds it, throws it down to Larry Bird in the post. Larry Bird pulls up in Scottie Pippen's face and misses the shot. Dennis Rodman with the rebound. Scottie Pippen throws that ball up to Michael Jordan, hits Gary Payton with a spin move, sizes him up, pulls up for the shot, steps through, and misses. Patrick Ewing with the rebound. Throws it up to Charles Barkley, back out to Isaiah Thomas. Throws that ball to Gary Payton. Isaiah Thomas looks like he's looking for it, had him open on the cut there. Throws that ball to Larry Bird. Larry Bird for a three, and it is good. Ron Harper brings that ball up, tries to get it down to Michael Jordan in the post. They get it down to him, being defended by Gary Payton, backs him down, but gets the offensive 3 seconds. Second half, we have a 5-2 lead of the rivals over Michael Jordan. Isaiah Thomas gets that ball into that paint and gets blocked by Ron Harper, the defensive point guard. Isaiah Thomas throws that ball up to Gary Payton. Gary Payton throws the ball into Isaiah Thomas, once again blocked by Ron Harper, but Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound, gets the rebound and puts it back up. 7-2 lead for Michael Jordan's rivals. So Luke Longley has the ball in the post going up against Patrick Ewing. Gets that ball to Michael Jordan in the mid-post, being defended very well by Gary Payton. He throws that ball down to Luke Longley, who gets the bucket to fall over Patrick Ewing. Fourth quarter, 7-4 for the rivals. And Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman run another pick and roll. Scottie Pippen throws that ball down to Dennis Rodman, gets it up, but contested by Karl Malone, and that is a miss. Karl Malone, who has the mismatch on Steve Kerr, throws it up, but can't get it to fall. Michael Jordan brings that ball up the court, trying to either tie or make it a 1-point game. Hits Reggie Miller with a crossover, another crossover, tries to get into that paint. Reggie Miller plays great defense, but Michael Jordan with the step through draws the foul. Michael Jordan knocks down 2 free throws, and the Jazz have a 1-point lead with 20 seconds remaining in this game. So we're playing the foul game. John Stockton knocks down 2 free throws. The Chicago Bulls take a timeout, down 3 with 18 seconds remaining in this game. The Chicago Bulls inbound the ball, get the ball to Michael Jordan, down 3 with 15 seconds left. Michael Jordan gets the screen, tries to get into the paint, throws it down to Dennis Rodman. Scottie Pippen for 3. He greens it over Larry Bird. We have a tie game with 10 seconds remaining. John Stockton brings the ball up the court. Patrick Ewing slips to the basket, throws it down to Patrick Ewing on Luke Longley. He gets it to fall. Patrick Ewing, the New York Knick who Michael Jordan beat many times in a row, gets the layup to go with 1 second left in the fourth quarter of game 2. They get the ball in to Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman takes the mid-range, defended by Charles Barkley, and this one is over. Michael Jordan's rivals take a 2-0 lead due to Patrick Ewing with a clutch bucket at the end of the fourth quarter. Getting into the second half of game 3, the first half was really boring. There was nothing but fouls and free throws. Ron Harper running a pick and roll with Dennis Rodman, throws that ball in. Dennis Rodman throws it up for 2, 6-4 lead for the Utah Jazz. Larry Bird gets the pick from Charles Barkley, goes up, tries to go in over Dennis Rodman, and that is a contested shot. Over to Dennis Rodman. They try to get Michael Jordan going in that post, being defended by Gary Payton. Michael Jordan hits him with a dream shake, goes up with a contested layup, and gets it to knock down to tie up the game 6-6. Getting into the fourth quarter, we have Clyde Drexler bringing the ball up, being defended by Tony Kukoc. Karl Malone, they try to hit him down in the paint, throw a terrible pass, and Scottie Pippen up the floor with the dunk. Chicago takes their first lead of what I think is the series. So Chicago takes their first lead of the series in game 2, down 2-0 at home. Once again, they try to get that ball down to Karl Malone. He gets that absolutely swatted by Dennis Rodman. Reggie Miller, being defended by Michael Jordan, throws it back out to Larry Bird. Karl Malone sets the screen. Larry Bird tries to get into the paint on Tony Kukoc, throws up the pass to Magic Johnson. He steps through, and Magic Johnson gets it to go. Ties up the game 8-8 with 26 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Luke Longley inbounding the ball, gets it to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen throws the ball into Michael Jordan, but Gary Payton intercepts the pass, brings it up the floor, throws it behind his head to Karl Malone. Dennis Rodman tipped the pass, but Karl Malone gets it back and puts it up to give Michael Jordan's rivals a 10-8 lead with 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Once again, Luke Longley inbounding the ball to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen blows right by Larry Bird, but doesn't go up with the shot. For some reason, it seems like they're killing clock, even though they really don't need to. They need to score the ball as soon as they can. They get that ball down to Michael Jordan, 5 seconds, defended by Gary Payton, spins off, gets into the paint, throws it up, and Michael Jordan has tied up this game 10-10 with less than a second remaining on the clock in game 3. They throw it into Gary Payton. Gary Payton throws up the 3, and it is off. We are going to overtime, people. Isaiah Thomas brings up the ball, being defended by Steve Kerr. They run that pick and roll with Patrick Ewing, throw it into the paint. Luke Longley says, "Get that out of here, not this time." Steve Kerr brings the ball up the floor, throws it into Ron Harper. They actually don't have Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen in this game right now. Tony Kukoc takes the ball in, does it himself, and scores over Clyde Drexler to end the game. Now, I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but overtime is sudden death. I changed the rules to sudden death overtime, and Tony Kukoc saves Michael Jordan's legacy by knocking down the shot in overtime to give the Chicago Bulls the win. Michael Jordan with 6 points, 3 for 3 from the field in this one. Scottie Pippen 1 for 4 with 1 turnover, kind of sold them out in this game. Game number 3. Michael Jordan gets that ball, throws it over to Ron Harper. Scottie Pippen pulls up for the mid-range and knocks it down to take an early 2-0 lead. Larry Bird being absolutely clamped by Scottie Pippen. 2 seconds, has to throw up a prayer, and Scottie Pippen blocks it. They shut down the first possession after scoring the ball. Scottie Pippen looking to redeem himself in game number 4. Dennis Rodman gets that ball to Michael Jordan in the mid-post. He hits Gary Payton with a couple of pump fakes, sizes him up, takes him in the post, step back in his face, and knocks it down. Michael Jordan with the step back mid-post shot right over Gary Payton to take a 4-0 lead. Ron Harper once again clamping up Isaiah Thomas. He gets into the paint. Luke Longley says, "Get that out of here." Throws it up to Ron Harper. Quarter 4-0 Chicago. John Stockton brings the ball up the floor to begin the second quarter and throws up a floater over Steve Kerr to get them 2 points on the board. Michael Jordan gets that ball in the mid-post, absolutely loses Reggie Miller, but gets contested by Karl Malone and misses the shot. Reggie Miller and Karl Malone in pick and roll. Reggie Miller with the pull-up contested three right over Luke Longley and gets it to fall to give the Jazz a 5-4 lead in the second quarter. Michael Jordan once again loses Reggie Miller, pulls up for the mid-range shot and knocks it down. Out throws the ball up to Charles Barkley, who gets rejected by Tony Kukoc. Chicago Bulls in the first half up 6-5. Ron Harper with the pick and roll with Dennis Rodman, throws it down to him and he dunks right on Isaiah Thomas to give the Chicago Bulls an 8-5 lead. They get the ball down to Patrick Ewing, sizes him up, fades away from the mid-range and knocks it down. Patrick Ewing has really been contributing to this team. Michael Jordan bringing the ball up, 4 seconds remaining on the clock. Let's see if he can get anything. He pulls up for three in Gary Payton's face and misses. 8-7 Chicago lead to end the third quarter. Steve Kerr gets the ball down to Michael Jordan, who slips the screen and throws up the shot right over Reggie Miller to give the Bulls a 10-7 lead at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Down to Karl Malone in the post, being defended by Dennis Rodman. Hits him with a shake. Dennis Rodman plays pretty good defense there, locks him up, gets the contest, but somehow Karl Malone gets that shot to go in. 10-9 lead Chicago Bulls. Once again running the two-man game with Michael Jordan. Steve Kerr with an actual dot to the paint where Michael Jordan once again dunks that ball. John Stockton going right at Steve Kerr, one of the weakest defenders on the team, but he holds his own there and gets the rebound. And we are now in the foul game. And he knocks down the second. The Utah Jazz are without timeouts. Is going to be the end of this one, folks. We're not even going to watch the rest of these free throws. So Chicago wins game number 4. We are tied up at 2-2. Game number 5. We have a tie series, and the Chicago Bulls win the tip-off. Scottie Pippen loses Larry Bird there on the crossover, gets into the paint, half spin, out to Michael Jordan for 3, and it is green. The Chicago Bulls really seem to have found their momentum in this series as they jump out to a quick 3-0 lead in Game 5. Gary Payton cooking up Michael Jordan, hits him with 2 spin moves. Michael Jordan with the defense, but it's not enough to stop Gary Payton getting in. 3-2 Chicago. They get that ball down to Michael Jordan in the post. He fades away from the mid-range, and we know that's money. Michael Jordan with a quick 5 points to start off this game. Charles Barkley with the pick. Isaiah Thomas all the way to the lane and dunks it down. 5-4 Chicago. 9 seconds left on the first quarter. Michael Jordan being defended by Reggie Miller loses him and hits his signature dunk. Michael Jordan with 7 points in this first quarter. 7-4 lead Chicago. Being defended by Scottie Pippen. Sizes him up, tries to get past him. Scottie Pippen is not having any of that. Completely clamps him up. Clyde Drexler does get the rebound. Scottie Pippen blocks it again. Scottie Pippen blocks it once again. Luke Longley tries to get that ball down to Michael Jordan, being defended by Reggie Miller. Backs him down, hits him with a fade, gets him up in the air, hits him with a dream shake, and throws it in. Michael Jordan with 9 points in this game. 6 seconds remaining. John Stockton and Clyde Drexler. John Stockton gets into the paint, throws up a nice shot over Steve Kerr to cut this one down to 9-6. Larry Bird gets the ball off the inbound, being defended by Scottie Pippen, hits the turnaround jumper and gets it to fall. That's the first bucket scored on Scottie Pippen in this game. Michael Jordan gets that ball mid-post against Gary Payton, pulls up. Gary Payton plays pretty good defense there and gets to stop. Charles Barkley bringing the ball up the floor, tries to get into the paint, takes a terrible shot over Dennis Rodman. Scottie Pippen grabs the rebound. Scottie Pippen bringing the ball up the court, throws it in the corner to Michael Jordan, being defended by Isaiah Thomas, and absolutely baptizes Charles Barkley. Michael Jordan with the dunk over Charles Barkley to take an 11-8 lead in game number 5. Charles Barkley kills Ron Harper on the screen. Isaiah Thomas gets that ball to Gary Payton. Gary Payton pulls up for 3 and knocks it down to start the fourth quarter 11-11. Scottie Pippen gets that ball into the paint and dunks on Clyde Drexler. Scottie Pippen says he does not need Michael Jordan in order to take the lead in this one. Michael Jordan is now back in the game. Patrick Ewing inbounds the ball to Isaiah Thomas, down 2 points in the fourth quarter of game 5. They get that ball down to Patrick Ewing. He absolutely bulldozes Dennis Rodman to tie the game up there. Down to Michael Jordan, being defended by Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan hits him with the drop step, gets the ball into the paint, cannot get it over the taller Magic Johnson. He brings the ball up the court, 30 seconds remaining in this one. Tied up 13-13. Clyde Drexler tries to go at Scottie Pippen, who has been locking him up all game long, and gets another block on him. Scottie Pippen bringing the ball up the court, 20 seconds remaining in this one. Michael Jordan slips the screen. They get it down to him. He puts it up. He puts it in over Magic Johnson. 15-13 lead, Chicago Bulls in game number 5, looking to take a commanding 3-2 series lead after being down 2-0. Isaiah Thomas being defended by Ron Harper. Charles Barkley hits Ron Harper with the screen. Isaiah Thomas doesn't do anything with it. He's standing at the three-point line. Larry Bird for 3. He knocks it down. 16-15 lead for Michael Jordan's rivals. Less than a second left on the clock. Larry Bird with the clutch three-point shot to give the Jazz a 1-point lead. Fake Phil Jackson sees if he can draw something up. Luke Longley is the trigger man. Gets the ball in. Throws it over to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen turns around, throws up the 3, and it is off. Michael Jordan had a dominant performance. He's down on his knees. Can't believe what just happened. Larry Bird, the killer. Michael Jordan had 13 points in this game, and somehow they could not squeeze out the victory because of the 5 from Larry Bird with that clutch 3-point shot at the end of the game. Game number 6. The Utah Jazz win the tip, up 3-2. Let's see if they can close out the series and finally get that elusive victory over Michael Jordan. They run a down screen over to Isaiah Thomas. He doesn't shoot the open 3. Gets it down to Patrick Ewing, who has been dominating this series, but Luke Longley does get the stop there. I see they're running the screen play for Larry Bird, who once again maneuvers the screens perfectly, but cannot knock down the shot this time. Michael Jordan takes the ball into the post, gets the screen from Dennis Rodman, goes up with the step through, gets contested, and that shot is off. We are in the first quarter, 0-0. Very defensive game in a potential elimination game. They get the ball over to Michael Jordan, being defended by Reggie Miller. This has been a pretty favorable matchup for Michael Jordan, so let's see if he can exploit it. They get it into the corner with Scottie Pippen, where he knocks down a wide open 3. 3-0 lead for Chicago at the beginning of the second quarter. Larry Bird did score a bucket, a one-on-one bucket on Scottie Pippen. Let's see if he can do it again in this one. Hits him with the fade, and Scottie Pippen redeems himself for the shot that Larry Bird hit on him last game. And we are ending the first half with a 3-0 Chicago lead. Scottie Pippen receives the screen from Dennis Rodman. Goes to the paint on Charles Barkley. Cannot get it to fall. Charles Barkley takes down the rebound. Throws it up to Larry Bird. Larry Bird to Gary Payton. Wide open 3, and we know that's going down. Once again, desperately trying to get that ball to Michael Jordan. Being defended by Charles Barkley. Takes him into the post. Can't back down that big man. Hits him with his patented fadeaway and knocks it down to end the third quarter with a 5-3 lead. As we begin the fourth quarter, up 3-2 in this series, but down 2 points in this game. Magic Johnson takes the 3 and cannot knock it down. Dennis Rodman with the rebound. Gets that ball over to Scottie Pippen, bringing the ball up the floor, being defended by Patrick Ewing. 2-man game with Michael Jordan. They get him down in the low block. They throw it down to him. Reggie Miller has been able to do absolutely nothing against Michael Jordan in this series, and he gets the ball into the basket. 7-3 Chicago lead. Patrick Ewing inbounds the ball to Magic Johnson, who has a huge mismatch on Steve Kerr. Gets the ball right into the paint, lays it up, but Steve Kerr with the amazing defense gets the block somehow on Magic Johnson. For Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler pulls up for 3, and that's not going. We throw the ball up the floor, and once again, we are playing the foul game. I do want to go back and look at this replay, man. Steve Kerr, the huge mismatch with Magic Johnson, but somehow is able to get the stop. Let's see exactly what happened here. So Magic Johnson blows by him, goes up with it. Steve Kerr Magic Johnson sold. Magic Johnson sold. Look at this. He hit the ball off the side of the backboard. Magic Johnson has sold out. He had Steve Kerr on him, got past him, and hit the ball off the side of the backboard. Steve Kerr knocks down 2 free throws, 9-3 lead Chicago, and we're going to go ahead and simcast out of this one. The Chicago Bulls started the series down 2-0. They won 2 games in a row, and then the Utah Jazz took game 5 to take a commanding 3-2 lead. But Chicago has stormed back to tie it up 3-3. We are in game 7. Game 7. The 2 best words in NBA basketball. Gary Payton gets that ball down to Larry Bird, being defended by Scottie Pippen, the defensive mastermind, and Larry Bird with the unorthodox shot to give the Jazz a 2-0 lead. Ron Harper gets the ball over to Michael Jordan, receives the screen from Dennis Rodman, takes it into the lane, pulls up for a contested mid-range shot and cannot get it to go down. Down to Charles Barkley in the post, being defended by Ron Harper. Charles Barkley hits him with a couple of moves, back out to Larry Bird for 3, and it is off, but Charles Barkley with the putback. 4-0 lead for Michael Jordan's rivals. Down to Michael Jordan, being defended by Reggie Miller. Takes a terrible shot there. Karl Malone corrals the rebound and throws it up to Reggie Miller. Down to Karl Malone in the post, who picks it out to Reggie Miller. He pump fakes, takes the 3, and he knocks it down. 7-0 lead for Michael Jordan's rivals at the beginning of this Game 7. Down to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen working in the post against Clyde Drexler. Takes him, backs him down, hits him with a pump fake. Michael Jordan gets that ball into the paint. 3, not rejected, but just very highly contested. Michael Jordan is getting locked up in this game. Over to Reggie Miller for 3, and it is a 10-0 lead for the Utah Jazz in the first half against Michael Jordan in Game 7. Scottie Pippen gets that ball down to Michael Jordan. He throws it up, hits the contested shot over Reggie Miller to get their first points on the board. 10-2 lead for Michael Jordan's rivals. The Bulls start off the second half down 10-2 in Game 7. Let's see if they can corral a comeback. Luke Longley gets that ball down to Michael Jordan in the post, defended by Gary Payton. Hits him with a pump fake, takes a terrible shot. Patrick Ewing corrals the rebound, and Gary Payton brings the ball up the court. Michael Jordan has been on clamps this game. Isaiah Thomas being defended by Ron Harper. Throws it down to Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing scores the ball over Dennis Rodman to give them a 12-2 lead in Game 7. Dennis Rodman, for some reason, is bringing the ball up the court. Throws the ball down to Michael Jordan in the post, but it is stolen by Charles Barkley. Larry Bird pulls up for the mid-range shot. 14-2 for the rivals. They have seen many times in their career Michael Jordan taking over a game or taking over a series, but this time it's different as Michael Jordan gets the dunk. 14-4, Chicago Bulls down by 10 going into the fourth quarter. It's not looking too good for Michael Jordan and company. Reggie Miller bringing the ball up the court with 6 points in this one, being defended by Ron Harper. Throws the ball over to Magic Johnson. They run the pick and roll with Karl Malone. Magic Johnson gets all the way to the paint and knocks it down. They don't even have Michael Jordan in the game on this one. It seems like he has taken it personally and has personally checked himself out of this game. Scottie Pippen trying to get that ball inside, gets absolutely clamped up by Clyde Drexler. Tony Kukoc with a terrible shot. Ron Harper gets the rebound, tries to put it back up, being defended by Magic Johnson, and he somehow gets the bucket to fall. Inbound the ball to Reggie Miller. This one is pretty much over. They're just gloating right now. Michael Jordan can't even stand to see this. He has checked himself out of this game, people. Clyde Drexler for the pull-up 3. He cannot get it to fall. Dennis Rodman gets the rebound, but to no avail. He throws it up to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen in the corner actually does get the ball to knock down, but it is 16-9. Chicago isn't fouling. The rivals bring the ball up the court. They have claimed victory over Michael Jordan. It only took 7 games. The whole squad had to team up. This is basically the 1992 Dream Team teamed up to beat Michael Jordan in Game 7. He doesn't play in this fourth quarter because he can't stand to see these guys win. But it is over, people. The rivals have done it. They are the champions. Charles Barkley celebrating getting that ring. Gary Payton happy to finally get that win over Michael Jordan. Redemption for the 1996 NBA Finals.